There are many beautiful flowers, but only one rose. They're beautiful, they're resilient, and I'm excited to be adding more heirloom roses to my garden. They're a fabulous 50-year-old company, and I'm excited to tell you more about them. I have many different roses in my garden, and there are many different types of roses, and Heirloom Roses has hundreds of varieties for you to choose from. Some are continual bloomers, some are repeat bloomers, and some are the, one and done, like the hybrid teas. So you can choose what's going to work best for your garden and your zone, your climate, and your light conditions. I'm actually still waiting for my new roses to come. It should be tomorrow, Monday. I'm recording this on Sunday, but I do have a bunch of heirloom roses already in my garden, and I want to explain to you, and we'll do it again when the roses come and we talk about the unboxing and how to plant them in the ground or in a container. But what I want to talk about is why heirloom roses are different than other company roses. So they are own root roses. That means you take an existing rose and you're using the roots from that rose. It's not grafted onto another rose rootstock like a Dr. Huey, which is how a lot of commercial roses are actually grafted. And then you have that bud union on a grafted rose, and it's actually pretty weak. Own root roses are very disease resistant. They're very resilient, and if the plant for some reason dies all the way back to the ground, and I've had this happen, it will regrow as the same rose. With a grafted rose, what can happen, and this actually happened to me, I had beautiful pink shrub roses. And at one point, the red rootstock started coming back up. Well, that wasn't what I wanted. So there's a huge benefit to growing own root roses. Now, just like other perennials and other shrubs or whatever, things sleep, creep, leap. It's the same with roses. So when you first get your rose, first of all, it's going to come defoliated because it's being shipped to you clear across the country possibly. And that's for, so it can actually survive the trip, because not too many of us like to be shoved in a box. But don't forget, so the first year you're going to put it in the ground, it's basically, it needs to develop its roots. So you're not going to get a huge, beautiful bush in the first year. The second year, you're going to get a little more growth. Third year, just like with perennials, again, sleep, creep, leap, it's really going to start putting on that growth and becoming its full size and really starting to blossom. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it in much more detail, when they come, but I want you to know the two roses that I'm actually waiting for this week. And I have my notes on them because obviously I don't have the roses yet. So the first is Vanessa Bell, and I'm going to put the pictures up on the screen for you so you can see them a little bit better. This is a David Austin English shrub rose, zone 5 through 11. Now they say we're now a zone 6A, and that's really, I think, dependent on, I'm in a weird microclimate, my garden. So just depends on the weather, I think, whether some things are actually going to survive. Vanessa Bell can go in a container. I'm actually going to put it in the ground, and I'll, show you when we get them. We're actually going to kind of scout where we're going to dig the holes. We're going to get the holes ready because it's supposed to be very hot and humid this week. So not a good week to be getting plants. But I think it's going to, end up being like, 100 degrees. But Vanessa Bell has a beautiful green tea scent. It's a very lovely, light colored rose, yellow fading to white. So I'm looking forward to this. I love the David Austin line of roses, and they seem to do pretty well for us. So that's Vanessa Bell. So just another key tip. When you're out gardening, sunscreen, hats. I always wear a hat. I'm not wearing a hat at the moment, just while I'm talking to you, but I have a full day of gardening, and I will be putting on a hat, lots of bug spray, and sunscreen, of course. I have on my sun shirt, which is already filthy. So the other rose that I'm adding is one called All Dressed Up. I'm very excited. Again, I'll put the picture on the screen. I'm excited about getting all dressed up. I had it once. I had it in a container. I don't know why it did not survive. It's actually a zone 4, so it should have survived here. It is a repeat bloomer, can get 5 by 4, so it can be a pretty good size shrub. beautiful apple fragrance. I don't know why mine didn't survive, and I'm excited to try it again. Um, it's a grandiflora. Grandifloras, are crosses between hybrid teas and floribundas. So you end up with, like the graceful blooms, of the hybrid teas, but the repetitive growth of the floribundas. They usually have large, showy flowers and long stems. So when it comes, again, I'll go over all of this all again. And I have quite a few others that I put in the last year or so. I have Coco Loco, which I'm actually going to take out of the ground and put all dressed up in its place, because Coco Loco is a zone 6. Now, it did come back for me this year, but I think because we did not have a lot of snow this year, and I'm going to put that in a container and hope I can actually get it to overwinter and bloom a little better. I have two other new ones that I just got maybe a couple weeks ago, hot cocoa, and I'll talk about those again. I'll put them up on the screen. It's not a very nice day out here. And another one called Pearly May. And then last year, I got a couple others, one called Easy on the Eyes and another called Dancing in the Wind. I also have Bonica, which is a lovely shrub rose. So just some roses for you to consider. Like I said, Heirloom Roses has hundreds of roses. If you click on the link below the video, it will take you directly to the Heirloom Roses website with a special discount for all my subscribers of 20% off through August 10th on roses. Or if you just go to heirloomroses.com and put in Robin20, and I'll have that all below. You can also share in Heirloom Roses. And when the roses come next week, we'll go through how to unbox them, how they come, unboxing them, how to plant them. But for today, we're gonna get the sites prepared, so we're ready to go. Again, like I said, it's supposed to be a very hot week, and I'll talk to you more about different kinds of roses and what else you can find on the Heirloom Roses website. I wanted to show you where I'm going to put all dressed up. Is going to go right here where Coco Loco is. Like I said, Coco Loco is actually a zone 6. And even though it came back this year, I'm going to try and take it out of the ground. Now, I am dealing with black spot. We've had a ton of rain. I now have a million Japanese beetles. And even though I'm spraying for them, it's not very successful. So I'm going to dig that up and put it in a pot. And let me just show you. Look at the beautiful daylilies. I know a lot of people don't like daylilies, but I think they're pretty. And this sweet pea right here in the middle, going nuts. And then we've got a Incredible over there, looking incredible. So let me show you the other location that I'm going to put the Vanessa Bell rose. So let's walk back over this way. And I think right now, I don't know if any of my roses are blooming. They were blooming. They're not right now, even the continual ones. This is Charlotte, and that was blooming. So right now, I'm going to put Vanessa Bell right here. And one of the reasons I already have catmint nepeta right there. I also have been putting a lot of salvias underneath my roses. So between the two of them, they are very helpful when it comes to disease resistance, bug pest issues, because of the chemicals they give off is the word she's looking for. So those, that's where Vanessa Bell is going to go. So we're going to try and dig that hole today. I think that's where I'm going to put it. Here's a little pretty view of lots of snapdragons. The other thing, while I'm out here, I wanted to show you my Sahara Rebecca are gorgeous. I am so excited. I grew these all from seed, and they're looking amazing. Really amazing. They're great cut flowers. They look I love them. Absolutely love them. Some volunteer bee balm. Can't get rid of it. Okay, so that's today's chore is to get the holes dug for the expect roses that are supposed to come tomorrow, like I said, because the weather is supposed to be very hot and very humid, and we're probably not going to be able to put these in till the very end of the day. Let me give you a quick peek, though, at some of the, look, here's a really pretty daylily called Indian Giver. This is Let's Dance Blue Jangles down there. I see lots of vole holes. Oh, lovely. This is Pandora's Box. And we're still having a lot of trouble with horseflies. Let me swing over here. Got dahlias going over here. Some Dara over here. And oh, my kale is gigantic. Oh my goodness. I think it's starting to get to be time to pull onions and garlic. The garlic, I don't know why the garlic doesn't seem very big, and I'm very upset. Carrots are coming up. Kale is definitely doing pretty well. These are the floret dahlias in this bed here, and lots of snapdragons and tons of sweet william. So here's an example. This is Desdemona rose right here, another David Austin rose. And you can see I've grown salvia from seed, a whole bunch of different ones I've been trying, and I've surrounded that. I also have some bearded iris in there that I don't really see. And here's another one. This was easy on the eyes. Again, this already bloomed, and I'm not sure why they're not reblooming some of my roses that should be reblooming. We're just gonna, like I said, it's kind of a weird year, but the flamethrower redbud is looking gorgeous. This is Roald Dahl, and I can't get back there, but my Oriental Lily Conchidora is actually starting to open up, which is very exciting. Plus, oh wow, that's getting ready to pop too. Got a clematis also climbing up here called Étoile Voilette that looks like it's just about ready to completely open. Yay! Got some coneflowers, Cheyenne Spirit with bullseye geranium salmon underneath, and this is Linda's baby dahlia. Very pretty. A mum that's already open, which I'm not sure I understand how that happened, but it is what it is. I just couldn't walk by this Oriental lily called Kent without showing it to you because it's so beautiful. It's completely open. Here's a tip. I was actually at a restaurant the other day, and they had lilies. A florist had delivered lilies to them, and surprisingly to me, they had not removed, whoops, the stamens. You know what? If you're using them for cut flowers, you need to pull those off. It won't hurt the flower, but at least you don't have pollen all over your clothes that doesn't come off forever. Here's pink squirrel Burnett. I have Persicaria, I have Sanguisorba, I have lots of Boom Chocolata. That's Let's Dance Lovable. Tough Stuff Top Fun. Oh, Wee Bit Grumpy is starting to get some buds. So let me show you. This is a daylily called Bella Lugosi. You can see right there, and I'm going to walk around. That's hot cocoa, and that really stands out. So let me walk around the other side. This is a brand new rose called Hot Cocoa that I just put in the ground, oh, maybe a couple weeks ago. And you can see it's already put on a lot of growth because, like I said, they actually come defoliated. And it even has 2 blooms. So, I mean, just a fabulous color, and it's going to look gorgeous near my Crimson Queen Japanese maple and those really beautiful dark irises. Right next to it, I've got an oriental lily called Editha, that rose lily that's getting ready to open up. So remember, use the code ROBIN20 at heirloomroses.com. Again, the link I'll post down below the video will be a direct link. You won't need to even put in the code. It'll automatically give you the discount. It's good till August 10th. And stay tuned, and I'm going to show you the unboxing. They should be here in a day or so. And I'll show you how we're going to get them in the ground.